Hey, welcome to a new video. The following footage has been recorded live, making it a lot more difficult to edit. In this video, we're going to show you videos of ghost appearances, strange creatures that have been encountered, and a ghostly doll that moves.
Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video.
A program on Honduran television was presenting the morning news when something eerie happened live. Reporter Carlos Molina felt a shiver down his spine just seconds before his glass suddenly moved across the table as if being shifted by an invisible hand. This wasn't an isolated incident either. Another TV host attempted to grab her glass for a sip when the glass began to move on its own. After watching this clip, you might think twice before touching a glass again. The woman's awkward attempt to reach for the glass before finally grabbing it is also quite unsettling. During a live broadcast, a viewer spotted a possible ghostly apparition in the background at a cemetery. Specifically, the viewer claimed to have seen something behind the reporter on the left side of the screen. A shadow of light moves quickly across the screen and then disappears from view. Ghostly appearances in videos are phenomenon observed and studied by paranormal researchers and enthusiasts. Some call them orbs, describing them as round, glowing shapes that appear in photos or videos. What do you think passes behind the woman? Could it be a ghost, or is there an alternative explanation? Some suggest it might be caused by dust, humidity, or other floating particles reflecting light. Given the location, a cemetery, the notion of it being a ghost isn't far-fetched. In May 1995, 35-year-old Army veteran Sean Nelson stole a M60A3 Patton tank from the National Guard Armory in San Diego, California. He then went on a rampage through a residential neighborhood, destroying cars, fire hydrants, and other property, causing panic. Sean had been going through a tough period in his life, including financial troubles, a failed marriage, and a conflict with his employer. He had also been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and reportedly wasn't taking his medication at the time of the incident. Police couldn't stop him as he drove the tank through the streets, and it only ended when a SWAT team climbed onto the tank. In 2009, a news crew visited the Neverland estate of which Michael Jackson was the owner. They got an invitation from Michael's brother to do a live interview in the huge mansion. The people from the TV crew were given a tour, and when they came near the bedroom area, you can see a shadowy figure walking down the hallway. When this was posted on the internet, a lot of theories went around. Some people said this was Michael's ghost, while others believed it was a shadow of a person walking by, even though there was no one to be seen in the hallway. This happened on live television, so I don't think it's possible to edit the footage live, which makes it pretty creepy. People often talk about certain TV show sets being haunted, but you might not believe it until you see it with your own eyes. At first glance, everything seems normal, and the live broadcast proceeds as planned. However, upon closer inspection, behind the woman, you can discern the outline of an almost invisible figure that shouldn't be there. Is it a ghost? Could it be someone who lost their life on the set? Or perhaps the figure had a connection to the staff? In 2007, a group called Zetoven hacked into a live broadcast of a Czech television network to make a statement about media manipulation. The incident was part of a larger project named Media Reality, intended to spark discussion about the media's role in shaping public opinion. During the hack, Zetoven interrupted the regular evening news broadcast with a pre-recorded video depicting a nuclear explosion in Czechia. Frankly, witnessing a nuclear disaster unfold on live TV can be quite frightening, but fortunately, it was digitally animated and not real. In this video, a driver navigates through a snowstorm in New York when they suddenly encounter something terrifying. The car's driver didn't notice, but someone watching the television during the live broadcast did. These video clips are from 2022, and if you look closely, you can see the driver passing by a skeleton-like creature that appears to be over 6.5 feet, or 2 meters tall. What would your reaction be if you encountered something like this? Hit the gas pedal to speed away, or turn around to investigate? This video comes from a TV program in which they talk in Arabic about demonic possessions. The video was uploaded to YouTube in 2010. They have a phone conversation with a woman in the middle of which something bizarre happens. Suddenly, the woman seems to be possessed by something, and she can't talk anymore. At a certain point, she seems to be able to talk a little and speaks a few sentences. She tells that she's cursed by someone very powerful. The TV host tries to get the info out of her, but after that, she seems to be taken over by a ghost or demon, and she starts laughing very creepy.
Yes, After a while, the TV host thinks it's better to stop talking to the woman and hangs up the phone. What happened to the woman after is unclear. It's also difficult to say whether this video is real or fake. What do you think? If you've ever been afraid of alien invaders, robots, or lizard people, these eye glitches on people won't put your mind at ease. It's disconcerting how frequently the eyes of these individuals seem to change during a live broadcast. The most popular theory is that they are lizard people or some kind of shapeshifters. This video features a person with reptilian eyes captured during a live broadcast on Spanish TV. The broadcast continues normally until the reporter accidentally believes he's no longer on live TV. It's precisely at that moment we can see he has two sets of eyes, looking inhuman. However, some think it could just be a camera glitch. In this video, a journalist was reporting live on an incident happening on the highway behind her. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary. However, several people noticed a shadowy figure behind the woman, seemingly crossing the road. This moment reportedly occurred on the M11 outside of London, a spot known for reports of paranormal activity. According to some, the mysterious shadow is just a smudge on the screen. Others believe it's a ghost attempting to cross the road. One of the most reported sightings in the area is of a ghost hitchhiker, often seen near the junction of the M25, who then vanishes without a trace. Other reports suggest that the M11 might be haunted by the spirits of soldiers who died in a nearby area. This is probably the only lottery you wouldn't want to win. The draft lottery of 1969 was a significant event during the Vietnam War that had a profound impact on young men in the United States. It took place on December 1st, 1969, and was broadcast live on national television. The draft lottery was designed to randomly select men for military service in Vietnam, and it was such a tense and emotionally charged event that you could feel the anticipation. The lottery worked by drawing random numbers from a pool of birth dates, with lower numbers being called first for military service. The lottery aimed to be a fair and impartial way of selecting soldiers, but it was also highly controversial, especially among young men facing the prospect of the draft. In 2014, a bear or humanoid creature was spotted in a residential neighborhood in New Jersey, USA. It looks like it's sniffing around a bit, but the weirdest thing is that it walks on two legs, just like a normal human being. Experts who have looked at the footage have ruled out that it wasn't someone in a bear suit. But in the end, it would be a bear that had an injury on his arms and had to walk on his hind legs. There was another similar event in the state of Michigan. A couple of forest rangers had set up a camera to watch a nest of baby birds grow up. In the live stream, they found a huge creature walking upright in the background of the forest. In my opinion, this is not a bear. So what could it be? There's people who believe this is a person in a monkey suit, but this has never been proven. There's also people who believe that this is an observation of Bigfoot, a human-like monkey that can walk upright. There's also been numerous sightings of Bigfoot in this area, so it might be possible. What do you think? In this video, people claim to see the face of a ghost lurking behind Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Former US President Barack Obama and then Vice President Joe Biden were given a speech at the same time. The face of the ghost is quite eerie and can send a shiver down your spine. Throughout history, there's been numerous reports of supernatural phenomenon and demonic figures appearing in windows and other reflective surfaces. These sightings are often associated with haunted locations or areas with intense spiritual energy. Do you see the creepy face behind Obama, and do you think it appeared randomly, or could it just be an object? In September 2005, JetBlue Airways Flight 292 experienced a landing gear malfunction while taking off from Burbank, California, and was forced to make an emergency landing at Los Angeles International Airport. The incident was captured on video and drew significant media attention due to the dramatic image of the plane landing with its nose wheel sideways. The landing gear malfunction occurred when the plane's front landing gear failed to retract properly after takeoff, becoming stuck at a 90-degree angle. The plane circled above the Pacific Ocean for several hours to burn off fuel before attempting an emergency landing. The landing was executed with skill and caution, as the pilot gradually brought the nose section of the plane onto the runway. All 146 passengers and crew on board were safely evacuated. During a live broadcast on KMTV in Omaha, Nebraska, reporter Karen Hafuda was covering a haunted house attraction. If you're not a fan of haunted houses or jump scares, you might want to look away. The tension builds up to an abrupt moment when a clown suddenly appears out of nowhere and startles her. The woman gets so frightened that she nearly falls over. She later revealed in an interview that she trembled for an hour after the camera stopped rolling. Would you have the same reaction? And are you a fan of haunted houses? Let me know in the comments. On February 28, 2018, a camera from Fox 6 news station captures something bizarre in the sky above the city of Milwaukee in the United States. The news team noticed a group of unusual lights with strange movements that move through the air. One of their news presenters sees this and says,
"Are those fireworks? Aliens? I don't know."
After the footage was uploaded to the internet, it attracted a lot of attention from people who believe in aliens. Some theories believe that these were extraterrestrial spacecrafts, while Fox 6's story says they were probably seagulls. I don't think that seagulls give light and move quickly through the air in such a way. To this day, it still remains a mystery of what exactly this was.
An interview broadcasted in Albania in 2017 was interrupted by a third presence. Both individuals are engaged in a conversation about something when something unexpected happens. The conversation abruptly comes to a halt when, out of nowhere, a newspaper flies off the table. It appears as if someone angrily tossed the newspaper away, but no one is visible on camera. When the host tries to pick it up, more newspapers on the table in front of him start moving, leading people to think it's a ghost or a demon. When spirits manifest themselves in this manner, it can be quite eerie. A construction site became 100 times creepier when the cameraman zooms in on the background, revealing something unsettling. Workers were cleaning up debris from a school that had collapsed due to an earthquake. In the background, however, you can see a creepy face peering through the cracks of a wall. According to official police reports, no one was supposed to be there as everyone had already been evacuated. This led many to believe that there was the spirit of a deceased person making one final appearance to the world. Unfortunately, to this day, it remains unclear what exactly it was. But one thing's for sure, the face looks so eerie that hopefully it won't haunt your dreams. In 2015, activist group Anonymous claimed responsibility for a cyber attack on Fox News during a live broadcast. This occurred during the morning news program of the Fox News network. Whether you agree or disagree with Anonymous's methods, seeing the screen glitch followed by the masks and a deep voice is quite unsettling. Anonymous eventually released a statement claiming they took over the program in response to the network's biased reporting and divisive political agendas. The group accused Fox News of spreading misinformation and propaganda to further its own interests, and called on viewers to demand more transparency and accountability from the network.
The Myrtles Plantation is a historic house in Louisiana and is considered one of the most haunted places in America. A reporter named Vanessa Bolano did live coverage in the house for the ABC News. Later, when she looked back at the footage, she saw something strange flying by in the background. It looks like a whitish ball of light. The scary thing about this is that as soon as she talks about the 12 ghosts allegedly observed on the lower floor of the house, a ball of light appears. It could be possible that the footage was edited, but given the reputation of the house and the area, it's quite possible that it was a paranormal sighting.
Jekyll Island is a popular tourist destination located in the state of Georgia, United States. The island has a rich history, and there's many legends and stories of ghosts and paranormal activity associated with it. One of the most well-known ghost stories of Jekyll Island revolves around the Jekyll Island Club that was once a private retreat for affluent industrialists and politicians. According to the legend, the hotel is haunted by the spirit of a former guest. Visitors and staff members have reported strange noises, unexplained movements, and sightings of a ghostly figure in the hotel's corridors and rooms. During a live report, mysterious green lights appeared, which many people believe are connected to spiritual activity. During a live television broadcast in Lima, Peru, possibly some of the clearest videos of a UFO were captured on camera. UFOs are usually shown in blurry videos where they do relatively nothing. Not only is this UFO ominously hovering in the sky, but it suddenly envelops its surroundings with bright lights. Peru is also known for a high number of UFO sighting reports. The country has a long history of sightings, dating back to pre-Columbian times when ancient cultures documented strange flying objects in their art and writings. Believe it or not, Peru even has a specialized unit that's been investigating UFO sightings since 1950. In 2016, during a live broadcast, a clip of a satanic ritual was accidentally aired during a segment about a new animal legislation. The incident occurred on the ABC News 24 channel during a program called News Breakfast. The clip, lasting a few seconds, showed a group of people dressed in black robes performing what seemed to be a satanic ritual. After the incident, ABC continued to insist that this interruption was entirely accidental, but people couldn't help but wonder if there was a subliminal meaning behind it. Nonetheless, seeing these figures, the woman in a dress, and what could possibly be a ritualistic offering is not something you'd want to witness during breakfast.
An interview with a well-known local model goes fine. until she suddenly says she's become possessed by a spirit that calls herself Pop. Pop is a cannibalistic female spirit from Thai folklore. This ghost chose her because of her beauty and ordered her to eat the intestines of a pig. Pretty bizarre if you ask me. After a while, the TV presenter holds a sacred Thai symbol in front of her face, on which she starts screaming. It's very possible that this was acted, but I had to look it up, and there's indeed such a thing as pop ghosts, so that makes this quite creepy. Witnessing an earthquake that isn't reported but that anchors actually react to can be quite unsettling. During this live broadcast, the male and female anchors go through the stages of realizing there is an earthquake. First, they seem to become aware of the shaking. Second, they start to feel apprehensive, and then the woman takes action, urging them to dive under the desk and seek shelter. Another broadcast captures the moment another earthquake struck, prompting both news readers to react immediately. Both moments are actually praised for showing what to do during an earthquake. In October 2018, during a live morning show broadcast in Utah, a strange creature walked by while reporter Morgan Saxton was giving a live report. This led to a debate among viewers about the creature's identity. The creature appeared to be a four-legged animal with a long, slender tail, and it moved swiftly across the frame of the recording, unaware of the reporter's presence. Some viewers suggested it might be a mountain lion or another wild animal, while others speculated it could be a large domestic cat or something entirely different. What do you think? Spectators attending a football match at the Hernando Saez Stadium in La Paz, Bolivia were startled by a ghostly figure that seemed to run through the crowd. Since this event, it's still unknown exactly what it was. The figure ran through the crowd at high speed and disappeared into thin air at one point. Believe it or not, this isn't the first time an unexplained apparition has been seen in a football stadium. In fact, some Venezuelans believe the spirit of their deceased president, Hugo Chavez, was responsible for saving what would have been a sure goal during an international match against Colombia. Another eerie moment occurred in 2014, when players were chasing the ball, unaware of an extra presence on the field. In February 2017, a live weather update was done in Springfield, a city in Ahoy in the United States. A local reporter is covering the winter weather, and suddenly a monstrous figure appears behind her. The creature slowly gets closer, on which the cameraman turns out of fear. I don't know why this monster showed up in the middle of a busy city, and we don't know what happened afterwards. It's also unclear what kind of creature this was, but people in the comments say this is probably a person in a Bigfoot suit. This Morning segment features a haunted doll named Annie, famous for crying, moving on its own, and tormenting its owners. Everyone on the broadcast was rightfully spooked, as they saw evidence of the doll's haunting. According to the doll's owner, Deborah Merrick, the doll is known to change positions and even shed water tears. She claims to have captured footage of the crying and moving doll, and that the doll's behavior is evidence of its paranormal nature. It's also said that the doll is cursed and has a history of bringing misfortune and bad luck to its owners. Debbie alleges that since acquiring the doll, she has experienced a series of unfortunate events, including financial issues and health problems. Working as a presidential bodyguard is a challenging job, and you need every advantage you can get. During Donald Trump's inauguration parade in 2017, a Secret Service agent caught viewers' attention when it appeared his hand wasn't moving. Some viewers speculated that the agent's hand was actually a prosthetic known as a tactical fake arm. The idea of using a fake hand or arm to conceal a weapon is not new, and such devices have been used by military personnel for many years. These devices are designed to look and feel like real limbs, and they can be used to carry weapons or other equipment in a way that's less visible or conspicuous to others. Hacking a live broadcast isn't something only humans can do. A strange alien voice interrupted broadcasts on a local ITV channel in the United Kingdom. The voice claimed to be a representative of an intergalactic association and called for the removal of all weapons of evil, and for humanity to learn to live together in peace. The interruption lasted for 6 minutes and was accompanied by a deep humming sound. The voice was disguised, and reports of the incident vary, with some calling the speaker Vrilon, Gilon, or Astron. The incident left viewers confused, many unsure if the interruption was a prank or a genuine message from extraterrestrial beings. In the aftermath of the incident, ITV issued apologies for what happened during the live broadcast, but without any explanation. In 2017, a woman named Debbie Merrick bought 3 porcelain dolls for only €5 at a secondhand store. Shortly after, she noticed that strange things seemed to be happening in the presence of one of the dolls. One day, her husband woke up and found mysterious scratches on his leg. They decided to put the doll in a box, and a few days later, they discovered that the pearl necklace hanging around the doll's neck had been mysteriously removed. In an interview with ITVS, the woman describes the story, and the presenter seems very suspicious, until at some point the chair in which the doll sits starts to swing slowly. Because of this experience, the woman never dared to touch the doll again, and sold it on eBay to a paranormal researcher. After the doll arrived, the man is said to have live-streamed it in front of 35,000 people, and some viewers claim they even saw the doll's eyes moving. Have you ever wondered about those initial moments when a zombie apocalypse breaks out? News channels would have to report the incident, but could you imagine what the reporters might say? Especially knowing that the public would panic? Thanks to a hacker, we can somewhat predict what the news report of a zombie apocalypse might look like. In 2013, a television station called KRTV was hit by a hacking incident that led to the interruption of their regular programming with a fake emergency alert for a zombie apocalypse. The warning was a broadcast on both KRTV as well as another news program. The message claimed that the bodies of the dead were rising from the graves and attacking the living. Pretty creepy, right? On August 5, 2009, a mysterious flying object was captured on a webcam filming an area of the River Tyne. This occurred during a live morning news broadcast in Newcastle, United Kingdom. The object appeared as a streak of white light shooting upward at a 45-degree angle and traveling at a considerable speed under the Millennium Bridge before disappearing at the top of the screen. The video footage was shown during the BBC breakfast broadcast on Look North and later posted online. Theories varied, with some thinking it was just a model aircraft. The incident caught the attention of Nick Pope, a former UFO investigator at the Ministry of Defense, who initially thought it was a bird, but is now convinced it was a UFO. You know what they say about playing with Ouija boards and possibly inviting something into your house that doesn't belong there? Famous clairvoyant Monty Vedente found out that not all spirits are friendly when she tried to do one of her predictions on live television. During the broadcast, a set of decorations falls from the background of the set of the Mexican morning show Sale El Sol, followed by another set of decorations spinning around. Moni later tweeted to confirm that she felt a powerful spirit manifesting in that moment. In July 2020, something very strange happened when Ukrainian TV presenter Marichka Padalko read the news. Out of nowhere, one of her front teeth just fell out of her mouth. She felt with her hand against her mouth and then noticed that her tooth was gone. But professional as she was, she continued reading the news as if nothing had happened. Many viewers saw the incident happen on live TV, and Marichka received many comments about it. She later explained that her child was playing with a clock and that it fell against her mouth while she was sleeping, causing the tooth to become loose. Fortunately, Marichka was able to laugh about it herself. How human are Secret Service agents is a question you never thought to ask. Not until you saw this video, at least. While Barack Obama was giving a speech on live television, we see a Secret Service bodyguard protecting the area, but viewers notice something unsettling. The bodyguard appears to have an unusual appearance and moves in a peculiar way. People have speculated that the bodyguard might be an extraterrestrial being, or a member of a reptilian group that some believe secretly controls world governments. The reptile people theory suggests that certain powerful individuals in positions of authority are actually alien beings from another planet. They would have infiltrated human society and assumed the appearance of humans using their shape-shifting abilities. Do you believe this? This video shows a man named Prophet Yahweh summoning a UFO in Las Vegas, Nevada for an ABC News crew. The man claims to have the gift of summoning UFOs on command and performs a ritual while praying, stating that he will summon a UFO within a certain time frame. Naturally, many people including the news crew thought this was nonsense. But to their surprise, a small white object appeared in the sky a few minutes later. Prophet Yahweh gained some media attention in the early 2000s for his claims of summoning UFOs, and he reportedly conducted similar demonstrations for other news crews and individuals. The scariest incident captured on live television doesn't involve a ghost, UFO, or alien. It involves a man. The Max Headroom hack refers to two separate incidents in which an unknown individual hijacked the television signals of two Chicago-based stations in 1987. During these broadcasts, a disturbing video was aired, featuring a person wearing a Max Headroom mask and exhibiting bizarre behaviors. The first incident occurred on November 22, 1987, during a sports news broadcast on WGN TV, and the signal was interrupted for about 25 seconds.
The second incident occurred later that same evening during an episode of Doctor Who on WTTW. This time, the signal was interrupted for about 2 minutes. The masked person made strange sounds like buzzing and humming, held up a Pepsi can, referred to Star Trek, and more.
In 2014, a news reporter went with a group of paranormal researchers to a place where it's known to be haunted. In the 1930s, a man named William Goodburn, also known as Whiskey Bill, lived here, near Lockwood in the United States. He lived in a house near an abandoned gold mine. His house is no longer there, but there's still something else present. When the reporter asks one of the men how haunted this place is, he gets this answer.
Oh, on 1 to 10, about 11.
About 100 meters from his house, Bill's body rests at a tombstone. A number of paranormal researchers named Boogeyman MV often come here and are said to have several encounters with ghosts at this place. They showed the place where they had taken a picture of a dark shadow of a ghost wearing a cowboy hat. Another picture was taken where 2 black crosses appeared in the ground, while there was nothing at all. Peter, one of the paranormal researchers, left an EVP voice recorder, and the next morning when he listened back, he heard this message. And the same message would have been written with pebbles above the gravestone. These were all events that took place here. So how likely is it that the reporter would be able to capture something live on camera? You would think pretty small. But still a number of things happened.
This little digital point and shoot.
That's the sound of metal tapping against metal, coming from where the house first stood. Another voice recorder that was left behind picked up this voice coming from the grave. Pretty terrifying if you ask me. I really wouldn't go to this place. What did you find the scariest in this list? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.